and welcome to the Fat Squirrel Speaks. Today is a day, Tuesday. I believe it is December 17th, but I'm not 100% confident about that. But this is episode 91. Pretty sure about that. Hello! I'm Amy Beth, also known as the Fat Squirrel on Ravelry and the Fat Squirrel, SQRRL, on Instagram. And you're watching the Fat Squirrel Speaks. Welcome! Welcome back! Welcome! All of the things. Before we get started today, I just want to do a very brief thank you. Thank you to everybody. I really appreciate it. It's been lots of, I don't say it often enough, but especially this last week, there's been a lot of comments on the boards and congratulations and thank yous and, well, not thank yous, but like just good energy. Good energy. Thank you very much. So whether you comment on the board or you do an iTunes review or you just send out good energy, it is much appreciated and well received. Thank you very much. If it weren't for you guys, I would totally not be doing this. If I were, it would be kind of creepy. I don't know, maybe it would be like a Doogie Howser diary of knitting. I don't know, but it would be weird all the same. So I just want to say thank you very much. What else is there? Shenanigans! Oh my gosh, I totally forgot to think about shenanigans before this podcast started. We did have shenanigans this week. It snowed. It iced. It rained. There were lots of craft kit shenanigans. Whew. My daughter and I have been craft kitting it up. If you're on Instagram, you probably saw I posted a picture of a advent calendar that we completed. We've been doing ornaments crafting. It's been exciting, but nothing really to show you, I don't think. No hilarity to share. Yeah, no hilarity. Sorry, kids. Yeah. I thought about the other things. I didn't think about the shenanigans this week. My fault. Recording schedule for the future. Yeah, we'll see what happens. We're coming close to the close of the end. We're getting into the intense holiday seasoniness. So I will have a husband and a child home for those 2 weeks. So recording might be spotty or weird. We'll just have to see what happens. It's kind of what you do anyway, right? See what happens. So I don't have any intentions of taking a week off or anything like that. But yeah, it could just happen for necessities and whatnots. Other administrati. I am wearing the Bossk hat. That's BOSC, and I apologize, I don't know off the top of my head who wrote that pattern. And I'm wearing my Miranda. Oh, this is knit with Quince & Company and their worsted weight, which is that Lark? In the honey colorway, which I probably should not wear, but don't care because I love it. And then I'm also wearing my Miranda sweater. I think the camera is tilted up too high. I'm going to just adjust you to see what happens. Oh, that's not how you adjust things. Is that better? Yeah, minimally. Yeah, I'm wearing my Miranda sweater, and it's made of Peace Fleece. Potterfield plum colorway. I also don't know where the pattern. Okay, so this week's episode will contain knitting, no spinning. Hey-o. And some stuff I bought, which that segment does not have a title. And do you notice? Okay, so I'm sorry if I'm weird. I'm trying not to look at myself on the thing because it is slightly this way from the actual lens of the camera, and so I know that it would weird me out if I were watching. But instead of looking at the actual camera, I'm looking everywhere else. So I apologize. I know it's kind of weird. We'll see what happens. So I'll get used to it. I'll do better. So there'll be knitting. There'll be stuff I bought. I think that's all. I'm going to do a shorter episode this week. I do have plans. Your feedback is appreciated. Over the holidays to do some sort of bread thing. I feel like maybe I'll steal Malia's 5 cool things, but do 5 cool things about making bread. So I have intentions of doing that, but I don't have bread to show you right now. So hopefully that's going to happen. I'm going to talk about all the things. I'm not going to talk about all the things I know about bread, but I'm going to talk about the things that I find most helpful about bread. So that I'll warn you at the beginning of the episode so you don't have to watch it if you're like, whatever, crazy face. I don't care. But that's in the works. If there's anything else you want me to put in the works, just let me know. I'll totally put it in the works. It may not ever come out of the works, but I'll put it in the works. What else is going on? Ooh! I totally signed up for Paula's retreat. Knitting Pipeline retreat in Washington, Illinois. I believe it is March 13th is the optional day, and March 14th and 15th are the actual day, which are the days I will be there. With hopefully at least part of our Indiana contingent. We'll see. So I'm excited about that. Some of you are going to be there. Some of you should be there. Even if you haven't thought about being there, you should totally be there. It's like the most low-key retreat ever. I've not been to that many retreats. 2? Okay, 2. I've been to 2 retreats. But it's low-key. Just hang out in the church's like general purpose room kind of thing. And you knit at round tables and you chat. It's super awesome. I will be staying overnight at the church again if you want a slumber party. Just saying. Old lady slumber party, which means I'll be asleep by 11 o'clock because I'm old. I think that's all that we need to talk about that is E. So let's get into it. I don't have spinning to show you. I did spin a little bit on my Unwind Sark kit, but I don't have enough really to show you. I'm still working on the brown color. And I still haven't applied that other yarn. Spinning is taking a back burner. There's lots of holiday knitting to do. So let's talk about that. I don't have any finished objects. I do have a finished object, but I'm going to wait to show it to you because I'll show it to you now. What am I talking about? Okay, so you know I've been working on the seamless Salomas slippers, right? If you're new, I have been working on the seamless Salomas slippers. And that's patterned by Megan, Just Run It of the Stockinette Zombies, and Rista 1313 of Girl Cave Bags. And I have now a total of 7 pairs completed. I have 3 more pairs to go. In the true tradition of the holidays, I've added 3 at the last minute that I need to finish. Whatever, it's fun. I don't have enough yarn. So this is my newest pair. And these are all knit with Barocco Vintage in the chunky weight. And I am knitting them all, and the pattern is written for worsted. I'm knitting them on US 6s. Chalgoos are my favorites. Here's some other ones I showed you. I'll show you what I have in my bag. There's some little kid ones. So, the little kids, I made them their little slippers. Look how little his feet are. Aren't they cute? Aren't they precious? He's petite. What was I going to say? I knit the children their slippers because we like to try to make them gifts. I like to try to make them gifts because I make everybody gifts. And again, I had that whole discussion about how toys freak me out. I don't know how to buy them. So then I will admit to, I hate that commercial. I don't watch regular TV because we don't really have access to it. But I do watch Hulu sometimes, the Hulu Plus. And I'll admit it, I watch some cruddy shows. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes when I'm sewing your bags, I watch cruddy shows. That's right, secrets! So, secrets. So, we went to, so there's that commercial that's, I think it's for like TJ Maxx and Marshalls, and they have Home Goods, those 3 stores. And there's this terrible commercial where this very beautiful woman is all like, win at Christmas. And then she like goes and she's like all like Mission Impossibly with her golden ribbons that fly out where she's wrapping presents. And it's all about like winning Christmas. Like winning the gift giving. I hate that commercial so much. But here's my dark heart. Segue into my own evilness. We went to our friend's house this last weekend for our birthday. And she showed me what she's making for the children. And it's like 999% nicer than what I made for them. So while I don't want to win in giving, I don't want to come in lasty last, like not even in the rankings place. You know what I mean? So we always give them a little something extra. This year my husband just is going to fall down and give them dollars, I think. Because I'm responsible for the handmade gifts and he's responsible for the buying of gifts. And sometimes he falls down. So, but anyway, so I saw her beautiful, beautiful presents and I was just like, oh, that's gorgeous. And I'm a loser. So I decided to make them slipper zombies. Or slipper monsters. Oh, I didn't bring it over. Oh, I'm such a fail at things. This is from the Rebecca Danger book. Oh, I could show it on here. The 50 Yards of Fun one. You know what I mean, the Rebecca Danger. 50 Yards of Fun. And this, you can't see him as well because he's very dark green, but this little boy loves green. So here's his slippers and here's his monster. And I knit them again with the Barocco Vintage Chunky. I knit them on US 4s. These are awesome. They're awesome. I don't hate to knit toys. I'm not a fan of knitting toys. Like, it is definitely a product knitting versus a process knitting for me on the toy making. These are awesome! Also, whenever I look at the Rebecca Danger books, they're always like, you know, it requires like a full skein or sometimes even more. Well, these patterns are all geared to take less than 50 yards of yarn. And you can knit them in any weight you want to. God, really need the book because it's really awesome. I'll show you next week because I'm probably going to make one for my kid. But they're all made with like less than 50 yards of yarn, which is great A, because then you can use up scraps, in this case from the actual thing I made them. B, it means you're only knitting 50 yards, which is infinitely faster than knitting 220 yards. Because these are actually less than even 50 yards. But isn't he cute? He is knit very wonderfully. This whole body is one piece, so not even separate legs. You cast on his legs for 2 at a time, because she has directions in the book about how to do it. And you can I used Judy's Magic cast on, so I kind of cheated. She just has you do a regular cast on. But the Judy's Magic is even better, because when you're knitting like 2 at a time socks, remember you have to like cast on half of the first sock, and then the whole second sock, and then the second half of the first sock, and sometimes you're me and you forget that you need to do that, even though the book clearly says you need to. But if you use Judy's Magic, you just cast on this many, and then this many, and then you start knitting. And you don't have to sew that up at the end, which is fabulous. So you just do his little legs, and then you do some casting on for his underneath to make him wide, and then you do up here, and then you whoop, and then you whoop, and then you stuff him and put his eyeballs in, and then you cinch him up, and then you pick up stitches for his arms and do his arms. This took me 3 42-minute television shows, approximately. Right? It's an actual quick toy. Toys are never quick. They always take 8 million years. Actually quick. And again, the pattern is written, as all Rebecca Danger's patterns are, for you can use any weight yarn. And it's so awesome because in the book she knit one monster and they're all approximately the same color. And they go from the fingering all the way up to like super bulky. They're all in a row being all happy together. It's super cute. She also gives you a chart to see which eyeballs you need. So these actually, I don't know if you'll be able to see. Oh yeah, you can see there. So these are actually the 2 color eyes. I put the black ones in and it didn't show up. I mean, it barely showed up because he is such a dark yarn. So there's him. And then here is her. She's not done yet. But this is for the little girl this is her slipper color. So she gets, I can't remember what she calls him. It's very clear in the book. And then this is not the peanut body, but the other one. But isn't she cute? So she's almost done. She's very similar in terms of the body. You cast on for the body, and you stuff him and put his eyes on, and then cinch him up, and then you cast on for arms. You pick up for arms and legs. So, how cute is she? Focus on her camera. Camera's like, no thank you. So she's still in progress. I still have to finish her leg. I'm knitting again. Did I say that on US 4s? These little guys? Yes. I would normally magic loop, but my needles I was using, the needle part came off. They were knit picks, the interchangeable ones, and the wooden shaft just came out of the little metal part. So I just need to put a little glue on there, but I haven't done it yet because, well, quite frankly, we don't have any good glue in the house. So I'm just using little glove double points, which is a little bit more painful because these tend to pierce your very soul and also your hands, but works just fine. So there are those. Aren't they cute? Rebecca Danger. Not only is she awesome, but she's stinking cute. So nice and awesome with her face. Okay, so there's those. Okay. Madness. My husband's sweater is so close to being finished. I blocked it just to make sure that it was going to, I don't know if you remember me showing you, like last time it was like this wide. Well, here it is now. It's much wider now. And this is just a modular pattern from the Ann Budd book of sweater patterns. Just a raglan, and I did it in 4x4 rib because he saw a picture of that, and I was like, well, okay, and he was interested in that. So that's what I'm doing. So it's knit with Beaver Slide Dry Goods 3-ply fisherman on US 6s, I believe. Maybe 7s. Maybe it's US 7s. Oh, it smells so good. So it now fits. Yay, it fits. But he did try it on, and I just did like a little like mock turtleneck because what I kind of was thinking of was just like the zippy fleeces that just have the kind of neck. Well, he tried it on, and he wants it to be higher in the back, which is how the dude sweater is that he loves so much. So all I'm going to do is take out the bind off and then do some short rows to get the back higher. It won't be an actual like fold down collar, but we'll just come up higher to keep his neck warmer back. And then it needs a 2-way zipper, which I've already purchased, but need to sew in. This sweater is almost done. I'm going to be so happy. I'm very excited about it being done. There are many flaws. I'm not going to show you. I'm not going to point them out because bam, it's a sweater. He's not going to know that there are flaws. I am much more of a Tim Gunn make it work knitter than a perfectionist knitter. Like, just make it work. Don't worry about bags. Make it work. Okay. So, I can't remember how much of these I had, but I didn't have this much done. I worked on these a little bit. These are my Juliana's Fiber Kissing Under the Mistletoe socks. So there she is. Lucid Dream sock yarn, 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. You get 420 yards. And so I have put in my heel. I usually don't put it between two different colored stripes, but in this case, I was at the right length, and with the greens being so close to one another, I thought, I'm just going to risk it. It's going to go crazy. I did have one question, and I will talk about it just very briefly. I'm going to pretend now, from now on, when I repeat myself, it's in the interest of new viewers and not because I'm forgetful. Go with it! Pretend with me! No, but I do apologize. Sometimes I don't mention things again because I'm like, oh, they already told them that. But then there are new of you who I haven't told. So I did have one person question, which is a great question, about why you would use an afterthought heel versus a regular heel. And basically it's just because if you use a gusset, the width of your stripe is going to change. So you'll have very consistent stripes up until you start increasing for the gusset, and then your stripe will get skinnier and skinnier. And then if you do, for example, like a slip stitch heel where you're like a heel flap, you're working on that heel flap solely, so more yarn gets up. And then when you pick up your gusset, not only do you have a big circumference that you're working with, which makes the stripe super skinny, but you've interrupted the flow. So you may have stopped, this may be brown where you stopped. When you come back, it's like green again. Like you've missed a whole bunch of color repeat. So it's aesthetic. B, I like the way it fits. I have a very, like, this is my foot. Like, it's very square. So it fits me just fine. And I have a thick foot. I mean, I have like super fat lady legs. I have a very thick foot, and it still fits over my instep, and I have no issues with that. I know some people do have problems with that, but it fits me really well. It stays securely on my foot. Now, I will say, if you are slightly too short in the length of your foot, it will not fit, and it will slip off, and it will drive you crazy. But that's, for my foot, that's only because I've made it too short. Now, some people it just doesn't fit very well. But for me, if it slips down, it's because I just didn't make the foot of my sock long enough. Is there another reason? Oh, and then the other reason is when you're out in public and you're knitting, it's super easy to, instead of thinking about like, oh, okay, now I need to start increasing, now I need to do that, you just throw in your waste yarn and you just keep going. So it's very easy for knitting in public, which socks are often my knitting in public knitting. So I hope that helps. And if you knew that, you were just nodding all along with me and just agreed and you shared it with those people. So yeah, you. Okay, last thing I will show you that is actual work in progress is, we're doing a very brief show today. Good for us. I am knitting, this is new, the Foolproof by Louise Zass Bangham. I really have no idea if that's how you say your name, Louise. I'm sorry. Louise? This was a mystery knit. You can kind of see it there. This was originally a mystery knit, and now it's written both for, there's a version that's written for fingering weight where they tell you the width of the stripes. And then she also has like I haven't looked at it, but I'm assuming it's more of a formulaic thing, where you can do any weight yarn you want to do with any weight stripe or any width stripes. It's more of like it's choose your own adventure-y style. But this one is for use of 2 skeins of fingering weight yarn, and it's a cowl, but it starts out like a shawl, like a triangular shawl. Sorry. Madness. Oh, I'm in the middle of a row. Sorry, kids. So it starts out as a triangular shawl. And then what happens is, and I feel like I can tell you this without revealing too much, you start out with this, and then you start working just on one side. So this side, the stripes continue at the same angle from increases and decreases. And then I believe it comes all the way around and then you do something magic over here to make them sync up. I haven't gone that far yet. It's kind of a mystery knit along for me too. But I'm really excited about this. I hope it works out well because it has great applications for like the magic, like Paula's new pattern that she did, the magic ruffle shawl. You could do one of those magic cakes and do this with it and just get unpredictable striping. Wouldn't that be fun? You do it, again, you can do it any weight you want to. I would love to have a worsted weight one with just like randomness. Right, so fun. I am knitting this with Madeline Tosh sock, which is 100% superwash merino, and it's 395 yards per skein. This, the blue one is Fog, and the brownish one is called Badlands. And I am knitting it on US 4s. And there are 2 sizes. I'm doing the largest size. So yeah, so this pattern is all, and it's, of course, it's all garter stitch, which you may not have been able to tell. It's all garter stitch, and there is no Kitchenering or anything fancy. Isn't that fun? I'm so excited to see how it works. I hope I like it. I still have loads of Christmas knitting to do, but I really needed to cast on something fun. So I did. Selfishly. In the most wonderful of ways. It's not selfish. We do so much for other people. Please, come on. Step off. And this is in the knotted bag with squirrels on it and hedgehogs and happiness. Works great for 2 skeins of yarn. It's her shawl size because they fit right in there. All happy style. So yeah, I think that's it. Oh, the other thing to mention is I'm kind of wavering right now about, they suggest you carry the yarn up the side, and I am wavering of maybe just doing mine as magic knot for the stripes, but I haven't decided yet. Oh, the only other thing I am doing, I tend to have a tight edge, so I am doing a yarn over. The edge that she suggests you use is slip one purlwise with yarn in front. So while I'm slipping that one, I do a yarn over at the same time. Just a regular yarn over, not a backwards yarn over. And I'm kind of excited about the edge it's giving. I think it's a fun. Let me see if you can see it. There's my 2 yarns I put together, but it does have more openness, but that's because it's very stretchy. So I'm excited about that. I think it's going to be working out well. And again, that's just because I have a tendency to make those shawl edges too tight. Because that's all the knitting. Now I have shameless purchasing of things. Shameless self-promotion will not happen again for a few weeks. The next shop update will be January 10th, and it will be with Charlie Harper Fabric. Are you excited? I'm so excited. But I don't want to be stressing out about sewing while I am doing holiday stress. And I don't get stressed out about holidays so much, that much. A little bit, not much. But I just don't have to work. I don't have it on my plate. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. So, I'm going to show you some stuff I purchased. This actually came for last week, but I was showing you other stuff last week, so. And, you know. So this is fiber and fiber that I got from Hilltop Farm, which is Hilltop Cloud. Oh, I'm sorry, not Hilltop Farm. It was just Hilltop Cloud. But hilltopcloud.co.uk. She is on Etsy. She does ship from the UK. Her prices are reasonable for that shipment. And she had some good sock fiber that I needed. I needed it. Don't judge, I needed it. So this one is 70% superwash. Oh, it's not going to happen. 70% superwash BFL and 30% nylon. And there's 120 grams in here. And it was 13 pounds. And I don't think this one is listed as a colorway, but look how pretty it is. I'm so excited. I need to spend more. Isn't that beautiful? Oh yeah, that's where the new camera does well. Look at that. Isn't it pretty? So it's a little bit, I can't tell if it's humbuggy or she's just awesome. I think she's just awesome. I don't think it's humbug. I think she's just, and if you don't know what humbug is just when they use the darker colored sheep as well as the light to white colored sheep. And then they do the roving, or the top in this case, as the mix of those, so it looks stripy. But I think it's just a nice tonal variation within each color. It's not gonna be pretty. And then the next thing I got was something that is new to me. I don't think I've ever spun South Down, have I? This is not listed as Baby Doll South Down, just South Down. But it's 120 grams, and look at it. I'm so excited. Do you see how fat it is? It's because South Down is a down wool, and so therefore it is very springy. It is like megalo springy. And this one was only 11 pounds because it's a more economical fiber, because they are traditionally more meat sheep than fiber sheep. So I'm so excited. And I looked to make sure it looks like it's done very well. And this is a superwash, but still, it looks like it's done very well. I'll give you more information as I spin it. But you can see the difference in the size, like, you know, yeah, I love fat things. I'm not gonna lie, I love fat things. So yeah, that same weight. Bling. And then I'm excited about these too. I was not even sure about how excited I was gonna be about these, but I'm super excited. I may have bought a drop spindle. I'm not gonna show it to you right now because I'm really bad at it right now. But Malia and the lovely, oh, my brain. Flutterby's, what is her thing? Oh, Deerfield Creations. They're both going to do spinning classes at SSK. Are you going? Yeah, me too! But so, I'm really bad about learning things that are completely new to me when I'm around other people. I just shut down and I get so self-conscious. Huge character flaw. And it's not because I judge you. Trust me, I promise you, I don't judge you if you don't know how to do something. I 100% do not. It's all messed up in here, okay? And I know that. So I wanted to try to practice some before I took those classes. And clearly I should practice 6 months before this classes. Right now I'm really bad at it. But one of the things I wanted was some like little small bits of fiber to work on. Because clearly I need help. And so I got these, and I'm so excited about them. These are little batlings that she also sells at Hilltop Cloud. But they are so much more awesome. Because I got the birds selection, and I was like, oh, those are all pretty and they're birds, and so if you put a bird on it, I'm going to buy it. But they're so much better than I thought they would be. For example, They're all different. They're named for the bird, and the picture actually has the outline of the bird's wing. So this one is a great crested grebe. I don't even know what that is. It's merino, BFL, and maybe yak. Yeah, right? I thought they were just all going to be merino. I'm sure she said they weren't, but I just assumed in my flurry of buying stuff, they're all different. So this one is a robin, and it is merino, BFL, Manx, and yak. I know, right? I'm so excited. This one is the moor hen, and it's merino, Finn, Shetland, and alpaca. Oh, there you can see that. Isn't that pretty? What up? And they're all like that. I should show you them all better. I know, right? Look at this one. I know, right? This one is the pheasant, and it's merino, Shetland, and llama. I know, I'm excited. And she has other kinds too. They're not all birds. She has lots of different ones. And this one is the nuthatch. Love a nuthatch. And it's merino, Shetland, and bamboo. Are you so excited? I'm so excited. I bought these to learn on, and I don't think I'm gonna learn on them because they're so pretty. I can't help it. And maybe I could like spin them all together and use them as like in three, like do a chain ply and then make another cowl of stripiness. I don't know. Just saying. Right. World, you are so full of awesomeness sometimes. You're full of a lot of bad stuff too. Don't get me wrong. These are not rose-colored. But at least you balanced out with some really fun stuff too. Thanks, world. Good job. Right? I'm crazy! I'm so excited about those bats. They're so pretty. And all of my sock yarn that I have yet to spin. I'm so excited about it. Ah! Ah! Okay, so that's all. Right? That was plenty. Yeah. So I'll totally see you next time.